Well, greetings and salutations, greetings and salutations, comic book fans out there. Welcome back to Journey into Mystery Comic Club, right here on the Super Review Show Network. I'm joined by my two esteemed comic book fans as well, Justin and Bill. How are you both doing?
We're doing well. How are you?
Doing swell. Justin,
Doing well.
glad to hear it. So, as the title of our episode alludes to, today, as I have a cough, we're going to be discussing the Superman Annual 11 from 1985 for the man who has everything. Justin, excuse me.
Yes.
Take it away.
Back in the 80s, Alan Moore was working for DC Comics. This was back when he was doing Watchmen. He did this comic. He did Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow.
Great story.
And he did really great storyline. And he did The Killing Joke, Batman: The Killing Joke, which is one of the quintessential Batman and Joker stories. So he did a lot for DC. So it was a shame that DC ended up burning that bridge. But this was one of the efforts for Superman that I wouldn't say it's like super consequential, but it probably affected Superman's psyche going into the remainder of the pre-crisis era. Because this, as you said, was 1985. This was right before Crisis on Infinite Earths. So, getting into the comic, it's Superman's birthday. Batman, Robin, and Wonder Woman are visiting him at the Fortress of Solitude to celebrate with him, only to find that he is under some sort of coma like trance, thanks to this plant on his chest called the Black Mercy, which shows your heart's deepest, darkest desires. Think of it like a combination of the Lotus Eater, um, and the Mirror of Erised. And what does Superman see? He sees his life as it would have been on Krypton if it had never blown up. He had a wife, he had a child, his father was alive, but something was just off. Um, his family has been ostracized by society because of Jor-El's quote unquote crackpot theories. It involves Superman's cousin getting assaulted in the streets. Jor-El ends up joining supremacist movement. And all of this ends up being enough to kind of snap Superman out of it a little bit. So when the villain of the piece, Mongol, reveals his hand, that's a great image of the Black Mercy, Superman with the Black Mercy on him. When Mongol finally shows his hand and is fighting Wonder Woman, Superman is eventually able to break free, but he has this very, very powerful scene between his son and himself, where he confesses he doesn't think that he is real, and it is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I talked for a lot. So if you guys want to
You're good, Bill. You want to
chime in.
chime in?
Yes, first I want to say this is actually interesting 'cause it has Robin, Jason Todd as Robin.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Remember when they first meet Wonder Woman and Batman's like, Robin, think your thoughts.
And then Batman just has a sly smile.
Mm.
And but you know what it is? It really shows you, and shout out to Steve Shives because I watched his video to help me break this down.
Mhm.
It shows that, and this was the title line of his video: nostalgia is more dangerous than kryptonite. Because I think what's so interesting about this comic is we try to think of Superman as the man who has everything, the man who's basically perfect.
Yeah.
But
Or
then
is
he
he?
exactly. But then it turns out he has those desires that normal human beings do. The desire for, companionship, for marriage, for family. And he doesn't have that because his planet blew up.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
shows you that that once you think about it, it's kind of sad. And then when you
And
look
go ahead.
but then when you look at the end, when Mongrel is defeated and then Superman is going on to celebrate his birthday with Batman, Robin, and Wonder Woman, it's like, okay, you're kind of mourning him for what he doesn't have, but you're kind of happy of what he does have. That Batman, Wonder Woman, and Robin are friends of his.
Yeah.
And he's celebrating his birthday with his good friends.
Yeah.
And you know what it is? And I just find it's a deep psychological breakdown of Superman once you think about it.
Yeah, it very much is. Um and what I find interesting, and there's a little bit of a clue in how Batman reacts when he comes out of the Black Mercy's influence. Where he says he was married to Kathy Kane and had a crime fighting daughter.
Mm.
Um
Kathy Kane, Bob Kane's
Kathy Kane was Batwoman.
okay.
Um but what I'm getting at is when you first saw his dream, his Black Mercy dream, it was of his parents surviving the night in Crime Alley. So what that tells me is Superman got a full life's worth of memories with him now that he will never have again,
Mm.
of a life he will never have again.
It's unfortunate.
And the same thing with Batman. He now has memories of his parents going into old age and all that, only to know that they are in fact fake.
Because you want to know something, though, I am going to say this, and I'm about to make a controversial statement. Justin, where's my controversial
Ooh,
Oh,
go
boy.
ahead.
statement hat? As much as this is a good Superman story, I think this would make a better Batman story.
Really?
Because you know what? Think about it this way. While Superman, Clark Kent, he can still pretend to be human and have that type of life. But when you look at, say, Batman with Bruce Wayne, he can't really have that type of life, The life that he's imagining, that him getting married, him having kids. Because Bruce Wayne is very, this is my battle and I got to fight it by myself.
Yeah. You raise a good
All
point there.
right. This is the part when Justin calls me crazy.
Justin, is
I,
he
I don't
crazy?
think you're crazy, and in fact, I think that's part of the reason why they did this as a Justice League episode instead of a Superman the Animated Series episodes because it works better with that ensemble piece to it. With the Justice League cast, you have one access to Wonder Woman. Sure, you don't really have Robin anymore, but
At least not
um,
Jason Todd Robin.
well, you never had Jason Todd Robin in that universe.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Sorry, it took me a second there.
Skipped right over Jason and went to Tim.
Yep, Tim Drake. Yep.
Well, I know in the animated series they skipped and went right over Jason Todd and went right to Tim Drake, but they put some Todd elements in him, though, I heard.
I mean, if you want to count the Batman Beyond stuff, yeah.
I want to ask you something. Getting back to this story. Random question here. Jor-El, when he's part of Old Krypton, is Old Krypton based off of a certain political ideology that was popular in
I
Germany in the 1930s?
I think it was supposed to be either that or a certain group of club members who got around in secret um in the South.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
it was based off of either one of those two groups. Because
Yeah.
I could see the hoods; they're very
Similar.
similar to that certain group.
I mean, it's funny because Alan Moore is not American. He is from the UK. Very, very to the left on a lot of things. Um, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he has very strong opinions about certain aspects of American culture and by proxy, Kryptonian culture.
I think this is what. So I wonder if that's what the Brits think of us over there. Um, well, let's ask our fearless leader what he thinks.
JT.
Needless to say, this is something very, very interesting to me, at least. I mean, I've always been a fan of like Superman and Batman and all them, right? But at the same time, the thing with Superman, I mean, Batman in the '60s comic book run was kind of heavily based off of like the '60s TV show, but Batman in
Mhm.
the '80s got a bunch of key creators of DC Comics were like, "Hey, let's recreate Batman," and I feel like this is almost a recreation of Superman to a small extent. I would not say it's the same thing as like recreate, like redoing.
It's not really there yet because it's still that pre-crisis Superman. Um,
Yes, correct. Yeah, yeah.
we won't really get that reinvention until John Byrne gets his hands on him in 1986.
Yeah, and when John Byrne did DC, it was really good stuff too.
Yeah,
We can talk about that another day, though.
like I think you'll notice in this Superman's a little bit more in touch with his Kryptonian side than in more recent adaptations.
Yeah, I'd say so too.
Like he's more longing for his Kryptonian heritage to still be with him.
Yeah,
Um, so it really is more a departure to what we know Superman to be today. Um, where today you really see Superman as adopting Earth as his home.
yeah, I completely agree with you on that. I mean, it's just, and you got to remember too, guys. Superman is the last. Well, for a long time, he was the last survivor of the Kryptonians. Like the
Well,
last,
except
and that
for Kara,
Supergirl,
Zod,
Superboy, Zod, all the other supers,
Ayora.
Crypto, Superdog. But no, in all seriousness, though, like it's
Technically Mon-El.
yeah, well, that's true. I wasn't even going there, but yeah, so
I
that's
could
just
keep
me.
going.
Oh, I know you can. If you think I'm a
Yes, we
nerd,
get it, Justin. You're one of those people. We get it.
he's a comic book aficionado, guys. What can you say? So no, but I mean, ultimately, like this was I never heard of this story until you said let's do it. But I really
Really?
yeah, surprisingly, I never really like I knew like the mainstream one like Crisis or even like we're taking like mainly DC like heroes and stuff, but like I knew about like Death as far as Batman goes, like as far as 80s DC comics like Death in the Family. Obviously there's the Killing Joke stuff like that. Like in the late 80s got really dark and stuff, um but
This was
this
one of the first Superman comics I ever remember reading.
really okay.
Yeah, I think I took it out of the library. I think they had like a trade hardcover. Um, so I just took it out of the library and read it.
Wow.
Loved it, obviously.
Um
I think I did because Watchmen was coming out, and I was
oh
like,
it should
"Oh,
have been
who's
that, yeah.
Alan Moore?"
Oh my god. Who is Alan Moore? I don't know. He's one of the best to ever do it.
Well, when
One
you ask 14-year-old me who Alan Moore is, I don't think I'm gonna really know that.
oh if you had 14-year-old you, then yes. But I mean if you grow up knowing the comic book runs and stuff, that's a different story. As you get older, you know what I mean? You learn more as time goes on.
Yeah,
Um, I just want to point out, Justin, you brought up this panel of him saying, was it how do you say Wongle?
Mongol.
Mongo.
I mean,
Look at W. Sorry,
my God,
I was zooming in on it.
like I'm just a sucker for a good lettering and paneling. Like
Yeah.
Dave Gibbons just did an amazing job with that. Like
Yes,
the
I could see that effect being pretty cool.
this, not gonna lie, is a story I would love to see adapted in live action. Honestly, this would be a really cool story to tell in the DCU.
Really.
Um I think with this Superman, you could do it. We don't have a Batman or Wonder Woman yet. They're probably we'd probably have it with Damian Wayne as Robin
Hmm.
Mm,
because James Gunn's very keen on adapting Grant Morrison's run on Batman.
mm, yeah. His run was great too with Alan Moore, Batman. Forget it.
Um, Grant Morrison, not Alan Moore.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm they still thinking of Alan Moore. Sorry about that. I'm like going nuts over here. No, but you're right. So this panel is something else. If you want, just the artwork alone of him just screaming and Robin being like, ah, you know, crazy. So it's right here.
But no, it's no, but I think I love that mongrel effect.
And just seeing him just shoot like a bullet at him, like you can see like there's a crater from where he was standing in the next panel.
Mm.
Scroll down a little bit, JT.
Yeah, right there.
You can see the crater. That
Yeah.
is some Man of Steel shit right there.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Oh, let me go back in. Superman. Wait. You get picture in your head too.
I can
So
picture the sonic boom in my head.
me too. The sound effect. So was what else did you want to talk about for this issue? Was there anything else you want to touch on?
Um, Superman's kind of a flirt.
Oh, with Wonder
Mm,
Woman.
Yeah, I don't know if that was just like a pre-crisis thing with Wonder Woman or what, but like, yikes.
yeah. I mean, for a while there though, they had a thing going. I mean, Lois was not in the picture, of course, but I forget.
And that's why I'm not crazy about pre-crisis Superman. Um,
Oh, I see. Okay.
at least not Earth 1 Superman. I think I'm okay with Earth 2 Superman, but that's because, he ends up with Lois. Lois
Yeah.
and Clark to me is the one true pairing. I'm one of those people.
Mm. I don't disagree with you. I actually agree with you a lot, but I will say for a good chunk of like it's funny. Someone had someone a long time ago. I was watching a movie talk and podcast and stuff like that. One
Mhm.
guy wrote in and said, "Would Batman v Superman have a love triangle between Superman, Lois Lane, and Wonder Woman?" And I mean, that's another conversation for another time. But still, so
I mean, that was going to be somewhat of a plot point in the Justice League sequel,
okay.
apparently.
Oh wow.
And that would have led to Lois's death, leading to Clark succumbing to the anti-life equation and being Darkseid's dragon.
Yikes. Wow.
Yeah,
This is
this is actually. I'm
go
sorry.
ahead,
Go
Bill.
ahead.
No, Bill, I cut you off. Go ahead.
Nah, you know what I know? This is a pretty dark Superman story.
Yeah, Alan Moore is very good at bringing out the darkness in a character. Um, both of his Superman stories are, in my opinion, very dark. Um,
Mhm.
his other story is Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, which is considered the last Silver Age Superman story.
Oh wow.
Um, and it basically shows Superman's life falling apart, everyone he cares about dying, and it
Yikes.
all ends up being the plan of Mr. Mixius Pitlick, who Superman ends up killing. And because Superman takes a life, he ends up deciding he can't be Superman anymore, and he uses gold kryptonite to take his powers away, and presumably dies in the Arctic.
Wow. At the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wow. Wow.
Of course, the last panel shows that he doesn't actually die,
No.
with his trademark wink to the audience, to the reader.
Wink, wink.
Yeah. Huh.
So, but you know what? Also, because I think why it's so interesting that it gets so dark is because when we think of Superman, we think of bright, hopeful, truth, justice, the American way. But no, this is pretty dark for a Superman comic. And this has been adapted into many media. Like the famous one is the Justice League Unlimited episode,
Hmm.
in which it's mostly true. One of the only things they do is they take out Robin.
And they switch out some of the stuff on Krypton. Like,
Like the old Krypton stuff.
yeah, I think they replace it with like earthquakes.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think they wanted. I don't think they wanted references to either a certain 1930s German ideology or a certain post-Civil War group in the South on a kids show.
I mean, Spider-Man the animated series did it.
Really, which episode?
Um, it was the episodes with oh gosh, it was the Captain America episodes. The one
Okay.
where Captain America's old wartime heroes had to go up against the Red Skull and his son, who ends up being Electro.
Ah. Or also, it was also in the show Supergirl, we call the girl who has everything. And
Mhm.
also, I didn't know this, and my cohorts didn't know about this until about a few minutes ago. There was an episode of Batman the Animated Series that was loosely based off of this.
Very loosely.
It was called Perchance to Dream. And the plot of that episode was that the Mad Hatter does something to Batman, and it shows that he's living in another reality where his parents are still alive. They were never killed, and excuse me, and he ends up being engaged to Selena Kyle. I only found that out tonight, that it was very loosely based off of off of this.
Mm. Interesting. The more you know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Sure is.
All right. Anything else? The
Do you have
panels
any
do.
other?
Uh,
I'm good. Are you
I'm
just
good.
all right. Well, I guess that's going to do it for this episode of Journey into Mystery Comic Club. We're going to save our next episode for. We're doing. Anyways, we're going to be doing our we're going to be doing Fantastic Four.
Next week,
Next week
next
we're going to go see
Thursday.
it. We're going to see it next Thursday night. Where are we seeing it again? In IMAX? Or we're seeing it
um,
regular.
Yeah,
what
we're that's an IMAX one.
Okay, so we're going to go back down there again. Okay.
maybe we should discuss this off air.
Oh, good idea. Sorry about that. Well, I'm not disclosing where we are, but still, so no worries.
All I'm saying is it's an IMAX movie.
Fair enough. So we'll have to go see what we can do. But we want to thank you for watching and enjoying our Journey into Mystery Comic Club for this week. So there will not be a show next week because next week we're going to be doing Fantastic Four out of theater reaction to the newest iteration of Fantastic Four that Marvel Studios is putting out. So please look for that on our YouTube channel as well. I want to thank the two gentlemen for doing this episode with me as always. Bill, thank you so much.
Always a pleasure.
And Justin, your knowledge is unparalleled, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you.
And a gift card's fine, so don't worry.
Ah,
But yeah, thanks so much for watching and listening, guys. But for all of us here at the Super Review Shows, Journey to Mystery Comic Club.
Stay
What's that, Bill?
safe.
Oh yeah, stay safe, take care, and
Be awesome.
be awesome.
Excelsior.
Excelsior.